not working in this shitter, you bastard. Oh man. So what is up? How is the volume level? I kind of just threw all this shit together real fast. I can't even hear myself. That's good. I'm at a really fucking weird angle here. What about my voice? It's terrible? Well, I am sitting next to all the servers, and there's a fan pointing on me. Am I too loud? This doesn't sound like a good mic. Oh, you're just fucking with me now? No, thanks. Thanks. Alright, some of you don't know, but I got little buttons on the side of my controllers. There's a button here, button there, button there, button there. Allows me to talk in game and drive at the same time for Grand Theft Auto. So I really like the rumble pads, and I kind of put the buttons in that one in a little shitty spot. So I am actually gonna be using a new controller, brand new controller. Plus the A button's starting to get a little funky on me, but... Oh, what's up, Mom? I'm gonna dive right into this sucker. I hate this camera angle, by the way. It's horrible. Electronics live stream. And you get to listen to all the damn servers in the background. Yeah, like leftovers of the Pablo or Platy project all over my desk still. So who can say they took their controller apart? Should have made it interactive. What, my soldering iron random stops or the glue gun starts exploding? I get shocked every time you press a button. Let's see here. I'll take the other one apart because I'm actually waiting for my damn drill to charge. Show you what I did to that one and what I plan on doing to this one. Thankfully they use all the same screws. Yeah. Where the fuck are you? Going wireless now. I am making a version 2 of this. COD beta, huh? Let's see. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then I had to work up here. What's up, Dell? Welcome to the laboratory, aka the server room. Configure video. This camera fucking zooms though. Hopefully that should be good. Have to make sure I stay in shot though. Ah, you little screws. I'm just glad these aren't like the old PlayStation controllers. They were such a pain in the ass to put together. So you can see the top part totally untouched. None. But in here I have wires going everywhere. I just lost a screw. And it goes to the little buttons on the back. What I'm actually going to be doing is moving these buttons back a little bit. Get them out of the way of the rumble motors. And it is quite a rat's nest in there, but we ain't gonna go there. Actually fucked up on some of this, but I'm gonna keep this out for reference, just in case. Now pan down. Are you making yours? If you want to send me money for yours, you can do that. I don't know if I can pan too well because this camera is really, you're gonna see shaking for the next 20 seconds. And now you get to see my crotch. On this one, the button, you really can't probably see black on black, but button's up here. Let's see if I can get the glare just right. Yeah, there's a little button. Instead of putting it here, I'm probably gonna move it back slightly a bit here. So hopefully it will be out of the way of the motor. However, I do have a little bit of plastic back here causing me some trouble. Same thing with the back. The back I might lower it down a tiny bit. It's actually a pain in the ass. I can't screw the case all the way together for that one. I actually have to leave them a little bit loose. Let's see if I can find my drill. Crotch shot. The crotch cam. Oh boy. I think I've lost the original drill bits I used to do this. It's like a little kit of buttons here I'm going to be using. I wish I had a size up with this drill bit, but they're all broken. So we can get for Christmas balls. Give me a new kit. And a new drill. My batteries are dead. Money wise, I'd have to. This is the last keyboard that I know the layout for that I have. I'm going to be modifying. I actually left it upstairs, but you basically have to buy a controller and a keyboard, and then I can mod them together. So let's see if I can drill through my hand. Listen to me. Alright, if this was the controller, what the put together. Well, let's see. Shit's falling off my desk. pop a button out here and try to size it out. And watch out for this little plastic part back here. Pretty much right there. Maybe even a little bit lower. Alright, just drill through my hand, huh? A little bit lower. Now they're pinky buttons instead of ring finger buttons. And do the same thing the other side. A little bit lower. And of course it takes a steady hand to do this, and I do not have steady hands. Nice and slow. Hey, I have a Ryobi over here, I'll tell you that. I mean, I could be using this sucker. I could be using this. But I don't want to, put a hole through my hand. I'm actually gonna try to keep my damn desk clean because I have not done that ever. Alright, now these back buttons are a little bit tricky. I know I put mine in way too high on this other one. You try refreshing it. Oh, I'm good now. I'm hardwired, so there should be no issues. What's going on, TJ? Let's see. So I want this new controller to be able to, like, for me to actually be able to screw it all the way down and not have it loosey-goosey. Whoops, but oh well. And same thing on the other side here. Right. I don't look too shabby. Why does your wife think you're crazy? Just because you have 3 monitors? I mean, I've been thinking about a damn 5th monitor for my setup. Alright, now we got these little guys, little holes in here. We gotta find some buttons that actually fit and protrude far enough out for me. I stop fucking dropping it and mixing it up. Let's stick it a little further. Now I can't remember which one I took it out of. See, these things step up so fast, so tall, it's ridiculous. Alright, these holes need to be a little bit bigger. That's as fast as my damn drill goes right now, of course. Alright. Try that out. Actually, I'll put these the other way around. Like that. Yeah, I definitely like the wire rows there. Let's grab 2 buttons for now. Let's get these guys ready to go. What's going on, Sin? I am doing a version 2.0 with my modded controller. See, there's remnants of the Platy project just everywhere. I did dismantle my old controller, yeah. It's the one with the little buttons on the side and stuff. Yeah, see this one, it goes down to this board here, which is actually the controller for another keyboard, which I really crappily taped up with electrical tape. These buttons will eventually be going to another board that I have. Get these guys in. Make sure they're good. Good old hot melt glue gun. Give this guy a dab. So I can line him up. Make sure he still clicks. Yep. Just wire them into the remote board. See, I did have plans. I was going to use this USB hub and like try to figure out a way to put the USB hub inside there, just so I can have it with only one USB coming out of it. But they leave you with so little room inside these controllers. It's hard to do anything else than just run wires out of it. Just a little dab. Make sure that's set. Actually, I'll charge this sucker up. I'm gonna be needing to drill a bigger hole. Yeah, I know. I mean, I was even thinking about like gluing it onto the bottom of it, but that would make it look ugly. I'd rather just... I mean, sure, colored wires coming out of my controller's ugly as shit, but it's better than having a bunch of boards and shit on the back of this. Alright. And the top buttons are actually a lot longer, so I can get over the triggers. I just don't know if I want to go that long. Yeah, no. What? Oh, pretty up the back with plastic. Under the triggers. Well, you know, the thing is I'm gonna be dry. I can. Yeah. I mean, you have a lot of moving parts here. You can see the trigger. So there's not really too much room under here to stick a button. Or even under here. Under the triggers? What you talking about? Oh, inside the trigger? No, there's... Well, then I have to worry about wires moving around and securing the wires and making sure the wires don't snag on anything. I have to plan ahead with the wire being moved back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a possibility, but then if you go to press the button, you're hitting the trigger. These aren't really soft buttons. You have to really press these buttons in. They're not like these buttons, you know. That's why I prefer just having it, you know, towards the back. I can just reach over the two triggers. The buttons are right there. The question is, how did I do these top ones? This side. Pick the black. Yeah, I guess I don't know what you're talking about. These ones are finicky. I gotta careful how I prep where I put these ones. Right there. And if I remember, I have to glue more towards this side. Trying to get these buttons lined up so they don't get caught at all in the hole. I will step up the glue later once I know I got them in a good spot. That one I like where it's at. Let's see if I can't just pile a bunch of glue behind it. Really get that glued in there. This thing is so black you can't even tell what the fuck I'm doing with it. Try to get a little bit closer here. Let's get a big dab of glue back there. I can't get the glue gun in there. Really cover the back of the button with glue. On the side of the support here. And a little bit on this side. And hopefully this doesn't lead me to make a version 3. Alright, so that one's nice. Glue the fuck out of the bottom of this one. A lot of glue on there, there's gonna be a lot of finger pressure on it. Just trying to glue as many of the sides as possible. I would use epoxies, but they take forever to fully set, and the epoxies could actually drip into the button itself, and it would screw it all up. We'll find out when I go to close this thing. If it doesn't let me screw it down all the way, then there might be a version 3. Or if I can find a really small wireless keyboard circuit board, I might end up doing that. Make it wireless. That'd be sweet. Alright, looking good. The only downside to hot melt glue is all the little damn webs it makes. Yeah, I could, but I wanna. The glue's got to set, or I might not be able to pull it out. While I let that sit, I'm actually gonna be right back. I have to go grab the other keyboard circuit board, so I'll be right back. Alright. You're just so funny today, Balls. You're just so funny. So this is part of the keyboard I was talking about. I actually don't have... Well, I do have the other part of it. It's under my damn desk. I'm making shit fall. Let's see if I can grab it. Not breaking anything. Hey, I didn't and go take a piss. So basically, this is one of the 3 parts inside of the keyboard, and all this lines up to all these little black pads on here. And depending on what button you press, chooses a different combination of pads on here. So I just need to do a quick reference because my damn Excel sheet. It's something I can. Number 5 should be the num lock. Let me get my Excel sheet up so I know what I'm doing here. Keyboard. Fuck off, Dropbox. Fuck off, Microsoft. Fuck off, Microsoft. Accept and start. Let's go. Yeah, I know my thing is not activated. So basically the keys that I want are going to be the Z key, the X key, the N key, and the grave key. Those all line up to pad number 5. I'm going to go ahead and scrape off pad number 5. So it has a light coating of carbon on it, so I'm not going to be able to solder the carbon. I have to get down to the pad. Let's clean that pad off. Nice clean pad. Yeah, I don't think you want to know. Pad 5, 6, 7, and 18. That's 5, 6. Well, this is the part that took me the longest amount of time, is trying to trace back what key goes to what combination of pads. I mean, it took a couple hours to make sure I got everything right. A modded controller might be, I don't know, like 70 bucks. Time and labor. And of course you can do any 4 buttons that you want. Let's see here. Pads 18, 24, and 25. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Mark on him. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 24 and 25. Basically, this little board is what's hiding under the electrical tape on my other controller. Get a grip on this. Pad does not want to get clean. You dirty, dirty pad. And scraping the pad. Last couple pads are being a little troublesome. Alright. You want me to send you $70 for you to make one? Unless you want to fight bipolar over the other one. I was gonna send bipolar the other one. And what I'm doing, this stuff is called flux. It helps solder stick to the metal, the little copper pads, and it also helps clean things up. So grab my helping hands. Yeah, I was gonna send someone the old one. I might just have to charge them for it now. Oh, I call them helping hands. All right, vice, no vice, they're helping hands to me. All right. I don't have a third hand to solder with. All right, let's clean these pads up. I'm gonna have to scrape these pads again. Is that even the pad that I wanted? Yeah, it is. I'm not shaking the table. Actually, the camera is suspended from the ceiling by a bunch of wires. So the reason why that's shaking is because the damn laptop is moving. Someone walking on the roof. My roommate upstairs might be moving around. Is that any better for your bones? Just shaking a little bit less? Not really. See, I really gotta get in there and clean those damn pads, though. Let's scrape at him. I need a different tip. This tip's too small. This is where it burned the hell out of my hand. Well, I guess I can move my laptop off this table, put it on the server. Then you gotta live with it shaking for a while. Alright, well that warms up. I'm gonna make balls more sick. Move the camera. Just gotta move some shit around. Extreme camera shake! Now I can't reach yet. Thanks, balls. Really? Well, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Yeah, table shake. Camera don't shake. Let's go wait for the camera to settle down. I'm just doubling you? What? What? Go fuck yourself, dude. Fuck yourself. So now I can really get in here and get this shit done. You know, this is the first time I'm using this setup, so, you know, I'm trying to make it legit if I ever decide to do, like, another sign project or something. I keep trying to use this damn sponge. Whatever. Alright, well, since you're waiting for a damn test fit, get a test fit going. Go out of here. Remember, the headphone jack needs to go in first at the bottom. Alright, that's in. Oh my god, it closes all the way. And the little rumble motors work. That one's just clearing it. Look at that. Thanks for the follow, man. I'm sorry I don't have my bot on right now. The only thing I can say, I think I made these buttons on the bottom a little too long. I'll just live with it. Yeah, test fit looks good. So I clean some things up a little bit. Make sure these buttons are in here good. I'll go back and apply a little more solder later, or a little more glue later after I get everything wired up. So last time I used a bunch of random individual wires. This time I'm going to use an old Ethernet cable, wherever the fuck you put it. Yeah. So this has 8 wires in it. It's not gonna, the cats aren't gonna fucking chew on it. It's a little more flexible, or flexible. It's a little more flexible than these wires, because if these wires bend too much, they can break off. So I'm using this really flexible Ethernet cable for that. Let's find a drill bit will fit that. I think it's going to have to be huge. Yeah, and? Well, yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a hole if I really squeeze it in there. This is little, the only downside of this Ethernet cable, it's stranded cable in there. So it's gonna be slightly a bitch to solder on, but it's what I got. That's nice. I mean, I can probably find a nice 8-core wire online, but I'm being cheap as fuck right now, so. Let's see if my battery charged up anyway. I'm actually going to put the casing into the controller so it has a little more strain relief, and I'm going to see if I can't zip tie it on there. It would be nice if I had like a a connector I could use, like a standard connector, but oh my god, my drill is still dead as shit. So just like the last one, I'm gonna put a... Not there. Stop walking on me. Put a hole right there. Angle it a little bit. And my drill's dead. Let's clean that up a bit. This is what I get for not preparing my drill for the damn stream. Yeah, I've already gone through 2 batteries. The thing is I don't keep them charged like I should be. So that's gonna come in through the bottom. Let's get a lot of wire on here. I'm probably just gonna take the insulation straight back to there. I just wish I had my stripping tool for Ethernet cables. Evidently I'm using my good cutters to do this. So we're going back to the P back here. Trying to stay in shot. I'm sorry guys. Going back to right there. Grab my shitty cutters. What I can probably even do is don't cut that as far back, and maybe I can use that to help with the strain relief. I'm probably even gonna put a zip tie around there to help the shit from getting pulled out. Yeah, strippers are nice. I don't have any wire strip. Well, I used to have nice Click 50 ones, but I just have the standard electrician's one now, so. Let me put a zip tie around that too, see if that hopefully will fit inside the case with that big ugly wire. I really shouldn't zip tie or glue anything down until I know, but I like to live on the edge. Get this guy's zip tie. It's towards the bottom. Push that puppy through. All this for buttons, yeah. All this so I don't have to use X-Platter. And if I recall in the other one, I did have a space issue down here, so I can't go too far with these cables. Let's get the glue gun in. I actually need more glue. Big old glob of glue right down here. Again, trying to stay in shot. Get that down like that. I mean, if you have this kind of knowledge, man, why not just use it to fuck around with shit, you know? If you know how to swing a soldering iron around, why not? On the old controller, I actually grouped them together so I only had what, 6 wires coming out of it. I'm actually not gonna do that this time. Each switch is gonna have their own pair of wires. So if I ever decided I want to change the button combinations, I don't have to take the damn controller apart just to do that. I mean, it takes more patience to program for me, so doing something with my hands is, you know, almost therapeutic, you know? Should really get these wires glued in here. Make sure there's gonna be no problems as this glue is sticking to my damn fingers. I mean, yes, I enjoy programming, but I mean, getting an idea in my head and just sitting behind the soldering iron for a couple hours, you know, makes my night sometimes. That Platy project, though, it took a long time. It's probably the longest soldering project I did from scratch. It was ridiculous. Yeah, if I'm doing something with my hands, I can probably pretty much do it all damn day. Let's freeze dry that real quick. That smells great. Alright, how do I want to do this? I'm thinking blue, orange, brown up here, green down here, just to make it look nice inside. You know, these have to turn quite sharp this way. Because even on this other controller, I brought these cables. Where's my damn pointer? I brought these cables down here and then across and then down. But it was, I didn't even have enough room there to run the cables, so I had to, like, you know, I ran them really close to the sides for those. So I'm gonna leave myself a tiny bit of slack, but not too much. Get the brown one wired in here. Actually, I'm probably gonna go this way with it. Yeah. Am I still in shot? The Platy project thing was that the sign that I made him. If you didn't see it, it's in one of his streams, or if you go through his Discord, you'll find it in there. It's basically got a bunch of wires all over this thing, but I printed out his face and then marked, you know, basically a rough idea where I would put a bunch of LEDs, and then this is part of the circuit board, but it was, you know, from here to here of this circuit board. It was a giant sheet of this project board. Yeah, that thing took way longer than expected, and honestly, it was at one point was really pissing me off, but I managed to get through that one. The only shitty part about gluing these wires down is now stripping them is going to be a pain in the ass. Especially since these are not solid core wires. Alright, twist these up. It's starting to get messy here. Let's throw a little bit of that in there. Flux. I was actually trying to look for that damn word. Solder up those connections. I mean, I don't even have that steady of a hands, and I'm actually doing pretty good with it. Soldering doesn't always have to be exactly perfect. Alright. trim these guys down. Take them around the top side, yeah. The only thing is, if I bring this too far up, I might run the risk of running into the trigger mechanism here. So I feel like just by the top of it, I'm probably gonna do the same thing I did on the last one with the ones that go down. So this is where things get a little finicky and hard to see because I'm trying to record or stream this shit at the same time. Put this on a spot where I can get to it easily. Now, really there's no polarity with switches, so I'm not too worried about what wire's going where. It's just as long as each switch gets their own color pair. And I don't melt the damn controller in the process. Now, I would heat shrink these cables, like put a piece of plastic over it to protect these connections, but I'm going to end up gluing over it anyway, so I'm not really worried about heat shrinking them. Gotta make sure I get a good connection. I'm actually going to move that over here. So that's that one done. Let's figure out what I'm doing with the orange. Trimmed up. Trash. Trash, 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 trash. Hey man, thanks for the hosts. I'll catch you later, balls. What do you do, Del? What do you do at your job? I work for a small IT company, and I am probably the only one who knows how to solder there. Well, my one coworker knows a little bit. I don't think he knows too much. He definitely knows. Nice and twisted. Appliance repair, nice. See, I would do some kind of repair, electronics, or, you know, cabling or something, but I don't know if it's gonna pay as much as where I'm working at now. Plus, sometimes it's funny to laugh at other people's computer issues, especially when they break it themselves. Just gets annoying sometimes that they blame us for their issues. And I put way too much fucking flux on that, but that's alright. It'll burn off. This is gonna be funky. How am I gonna do this? Yeah. I definitely need some new tools if I was you know, do this often, because a lot of these fucking tools are broken. These pliers have seen better days. Perfect. A little hair I gotta cut off, but at least I've been through one of these already, so kinda got an idea of what I'm doing. So before I go down to the other ones, let's clean this up a little bit. Get these where I want them. I got way too much extra, but oh well. Go down a little bit. It's gonna hurt. Get this little glue. Little trick. Little magic. Get this extra glue out of here. The only thing I probably should do is, you know, check with that big glob of glue there, maybe do another fit test, but I got all these little wires hanging out. Let's get the final bit of glue in here. Really secure those cables. Not going anywhere. Perfect. These side down. Hey. Might actually cut a notch in this support here. I can't get that in there. Even you go there, you go there. Come down to there. Excellent shot? No. Go there. You're gonna wrap there, there. Cut a hole there. And say about there. Trash. Yeah, super fast way to dry off some hot melt. It's the upside down duster. Probably the only good use for those. They don't do a very good job at dusting things out. And I'm sure certain people out there say, "Oh, you can get high off of them. That's also a good thing." Not me. Not me. Give these guys a nice tiny little trim. I can tell you what, the other controller took me like 5 times to try to put it together. I had to reroute those wires several times to get something that actually worked. I was able to at least somewhat decently close the controller back together. Alright, who wants to be first? I think blue wants to go first. Dab flux, dab flux. 310. And there's a piece of plastic there I gotta be careful of. Trim these puppies down. I wish I can do this in a, like, a angle where you guys can see it. Unfortunately, black on black is a pain in the ass. Go jam! I hear my roommate. Let's try not to melt the damn case. Still give you guys a good view. That looks beautiful. Couple little tags hanging off. Oh, I didn't pre-tin that guy. I'll pre-tin him. I'm gonna get some flex on there. This is gonna be tight. Tight, tight, tight. This is gonna be a shitty angle. I'm sorry, I might not be able to show you guys. Screaming, man! What? Yeah. Where'd my solder go? Alright, beautiful. That looks good. Ish. A couple tags on them. Piece of metal flew in there. Alright, man. Thanks for sticking around. Really not too much to do except for routing this shit, trying to figure out where I want it to go. I'll do some modifications to the case some more here. Trying to stay in shot for you guys, I'm sorry. Just trimming the case up here a little bit, trying to make room for these wires. Not actually cutting the damn wires. I'm too lazy to grab my Dremel. That looks good. All right. What the hell is this song? Come on, there you go. Beautiful. These buttons down. We'll glue these wires just to make sure they're good. Alright, now for the blue. Move them up a little bit, actually. I'm used to working in my face. I'm sorry, guys. Damn blue. Oh, there's a Hellcat. Isn't that a plane? Really get that shit in there. My finger's stuck. There we go. Perfect. Now, just because I like to forget, where's my damn notepad? So we got blue, orange, brown, green. Just so I know what I'm doing. Now we're waiting on that to do some final cooling. And get the other guy back together. Come on. Hey, man. There we go. I am actually going to clean this up a bit. Try to put it too far together. Get all the little bits of fingers and shit out of there. Controller maintenance. You should definitely clean your controller from time to time, you know? It keeps it from getting disgusting. There we go. Come on, you little bastard. Line up. Oh, how hard is it to get into a little hole? Oh man. There you go. Like I said, one of the problems with this controller is I can't screw all these screws in all the way, or it prevents some of the buttons from getting pressed. I think I got this guy ready. Gotta be really gentle with her. Back off a tiny bit. Alright, let's plug this puppy in and see if it still works. I have any more ports on my laptop. Oh, that button's stuck. Yeah, button's stuck. Damn it. Oh, it might be the alcohol I put in there. Try that out. I don't know if you guys want this controller anymore. I'm sorry. Hit the damn keyboard. Alright, this one I think has a minor malfunction after I doused it with alcohol, so we'll let that sit to the side for a bit. Maybe we'll do a fit test on this guy. After I clean all the damn whiskers off. Make sure there's nothing that's going to get caught in those motors in here. Alright. Everything's pretty much lining up so far. Running is something here. Oh no, that's what happened last time. The damn motors didn't get locked into place right. Well, the blue side went down nicely. I don't know why the green side's giving me so much problem. See if there's any evidence of it getting caught on anything, and there's not. There's some hairs in this motor. Oh, what the fuck, over? It's too low. Alright, let's try this again, but put green in first. Line all this shit up. The second most difficult part of doing this is putting the damn controller back together. What am I getting caught on? I'm not getting caught on anything. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take this out of shot. Trying to see down in this son of a bitch. Ah, it is. You get caught up. Not really. I think my alignment's just off. Oh god, light. Oh. It'd be nice if those things don't roll out. Can't really tell I'm getting caught on. I don't see any evidence of anything having problems. I think this board's just being a bitch. Yes, those damn motors aren't lining up. Line up. If anything, the blue one should be causing issues. Why don't these motors want to go back into place? Yeah, it's the exact same thing that happened last time to me. Damn motors don't want to pop back in. Or something doesn't want to pop back in. They're all perfect. The little rumble motor's working, everything. Nice. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, the motors gave me some trouble, but man, it fits like a glove, unlike the other one. It is perfect. And the little vibration motors inside work too, which is what I really wanted. It makes the game seem so much more real when it vibrates. I'm sure you can take that 30 ways too, but I ain't telling anybody. The other controller, on the other hand, something broke with it, so I might have to have fun troubleshooting that. I doused it with alcohol on accident, or not on accident, but to clean it up. I think I might have used too much alcohol. And now my button on the right side doesn't want to work properly. Turn the light off for the damn phone. Dirty, huh? It's a good thing I wrote down the color combinations, because I already forgot what they were. Alright. Oh man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Alright. Let me plug the other controller back in. Let's see if the alcohol dried out of it. Sorry, the camera's gonna get all floppy. Crazy. Yeah, something happened to that end key. It's triggering all the time. If I even touch the end key, it goes nuts. Alright, so this button is X. Let me write that down. This one's gonna be X, that is N, that is the tilde, and that is Z. Just so I know. I'll put the other one to the side, just busted! Alright, now I gotta get my stuff back up here. Figure out what's gonna go where. So this time I plan to make the damn USB cables the same length. So I'm going there like that. These are going to wrap around each other. I wasn't going to go fancy with it, but it's my controller. I don't care what happens to it. So now this is where things are going to get complicated. Some of these share a pad on the other controller, or on the keyboard part of it. Keep a lot of that restraint relief again. Get this back in shot. Alright, let me write what these guys need. So, the X key on the left side needs 5. The Z key needs 5. 6 key, or N needs 6, and tilde needs 7. So we can see X and Z already share a combination. N gets 18, X gets 24, tilde gets 25, and so does Z. That's what I'm going to have to wire them up onto the keyboard side of things. Let's get that back in the picture. I'm just gonna. I didn't do it with the other controller, but I actually might make this shorter, so there's a lot less hanging out in space. What's up, Circle? I just finished it. Oh, finished the controller part of things. I'm actually going to cut this wire. Make it a lot shorter. Put that ring back on. I'm actually going to use heat shrink. Where did my heat shrink go? Weren't you here earlier, Circle? Or are you just kind of bouncing in between things? Alright, looks like I'm using blue. Oh, I might get away with black. It's gonna be tight. Let me use some black. Yeah, like that much. So now I can get rid of that. There we go. Get the heat shrink in a place I'm gonna remember. I'm actually gonna clean the back of this board off because flux all over it still. Sticky flex. With resin. I guess, yeah, flux. I didn't do this with the other one. But I'm actually gonna cut this off. Now let's grab my marker again, take some notes. So we got brown, green, white, and red. I might keep that shielding cable though. Let's get the vise back in here. Smalls calls it. Damn vise. That is way too tight. Solder and some desoldering braid. Now, unfortunately, a lot of solder these days that comes on circuit boards and things, they're lead free, which is a pain in the ass to desolder. I'm actually gonna take my glasses off. Let's see what the fuck I'm doing. And hopefully I'm staying in shot for you guys. So I'm just going to wet this lead-free solder with leaded solder. And then one by one just try to yank these cables out. That one doesn't want to give. Red, white, green. Just double checking my colors that I wrote down. Wow, this lead-free solder's doing my bitch right now. I need more power! Let's go up to 330, 340 degrees. Where's my flux? Put some flux in there to help move along a little bit. Just don't know why this cable's being a pain in the ass right now. There we go. Jeez. Is that even in there? I just need to ramp up the temperature a little bit. Let me turn it down a bit. Let's get a little more flux. And I'm actually going to go I'm going to stay with the smaller soldering braid. This basically allows me to suck up solder and clean it out. Get nice and clean. And burn my fingers in the process. Clean these pads up. All that leaded solder out of here. That one's being a little pain in the back. In the ass. Let's give it some more leaded solder. You know you wanna. Oh, it's a double-sided board. That's why. Those pins go all the way through the damn board. That makes it fun. I actually noticed on this side too, they're all labeled here too. Alright, that's the old wire. Get the fuck out of here. Remember where I put the other wire. I think I'll get rid of those LEDs that are on there, but I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave them on there. Let's get this shit stripped. Fortunately, this ain't really the right size for this cable. I'm trying not to bite into it too far. I can't read that. I'm adding, my old controller has buttons, so if I'm in Grand Theft Auto, I can talk, I can open my inventory, I can put my hands up, and I can reach for my gun, play that animation, all from my controller. And I'm actually, that controller, it was, you know, the first one I made, and it really doesn't go back together that well, and I think the end key is now broken, so I got to fix that in the other controller. But this controller is going to be the same thing. I'm going to have the talk key down here, the hands up key is right here, the menu button is here, and the reach for my gun animation is right here. So if I'm driving along, I can just press the button here with my pinky, and I can talk and drive at the same time, rather than trying to use XSplatter or anything else. So I basically got all the buttons installed already. I got them wired up. The controller is all sealed up. Now I'm just working on the other part. The controller actually has to plug into another keyboard, which is what this is. This is the controller card to another keyboard. Yeah, custom buttons with keyboard parts. Inside your keyboard, this is like an example of a sheet of what's inside your keyboard. Basically, every single button goes back to a set of pads on this controller. So if I press the N key goes back to, you know, pad number 6 and pad number 18. It gets a lot more complicated than that, but that's essentially what it is. And I really don't know how else to explain it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm basically mating. I'm mating a keyboard and a controller together. So my computer will technically have 2 keyboards and the controller plugged into it. It's... You want one? How much? Oh man, if everyone's gonna be asking for them, man, I might have to jack up the price. I was telling balls like $70. And this one, my old one, I think is gonna go way to someone at a reduced price since it's not really working too well. I was thinking Bipolar was asking about it. I don't know if I'm actually going to go through with it or not, but wait, we'll show you. At this point. So, just going to line this guy up. I should actually pre-solder all these guys. Hey, you can make your own, or you can do what Platty did. He actually just bought a bunch of foot pedals. Bought some foot pedals to put under his desk to use those. But I prefer to have, I mean, it's going to take a lot of coordination to use foot pedals and all that. I'd rather just have them right on my controller. Yeah, I mean, if you know how to solder, soldering's always fun. Alright, let's see if I can line this up without... There we go. This is the fun part. I gotta hold this and the solder at the same time. So I said the bottom one was red, the one red here. Red. The next one is white. Get white in here. All lined up. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm just shortening the USB cable because the old one was way too fucking long. That was a bad solder joint. I'll send the controller to you to do the work. How much? I would rather buy a controller that I already know how to work around inside of it, because, you know, this is the second one, and, you know, the first one's over here. The exact same controllers. I know what kind of clearances I can, what kind of clearances I have to deal with when running wires around inside. I'd rather not just take like a default Xbox controller, or, I mean, I guess this is an Xbox controller by a different brand, off-brand, I don't know. I'd rather just deal with a controller that I know. The only downside is this is the last of my controller cards, keyboard cards. So I'm gonna have to find a new keyboard and do the same thing I did with the other one. I'm gonna have to figure out where each wire goes to determine what wire needs to go where. I might luck out and, you know, get another keyboard that has the exact same pad layout, but The chances of that are slim because, you know, there's not one proprietary chip for keyboards, you know. And of course, if you have keyboards with more buttons on it, you're gonna have more pads across this thing. Just trying to get all the solder stuck in there out. Keep this guy nice. But from what I determined, you know, I know what pad needs to go where and which ones I have to wire together to get it to send whatever button I want back to the computer from the controller, so. Beautiful. Let's clean that up. I think I just cut my finger. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Did I really forget to put the heat shrink on there? I forgot to put the fucking heat shrink on there. Oh, frickin' well. Let's get the ground wire in there and call it a day. Let's rewiring this damn keyboard part here. Hopefully I can solder this wire. Just in case, let's give it a little extra flex. Please take this solder. Please take this out there. It took the solder. Nice. Turn that off. Yeah, what's up, Bipolar? Alright, guys, alright. Chill, settle down. Settle down. So, Bipolar, Balls wanted one of these too, so you might not be walking away with one of these. You might have to pay for it. How do I want to do this? I don't want to bend these wires too much, so get these all hot glued in. There's a bug flying around and it's bugging the shit out of me. Get all this glued down. I'm gonna go this way with the wire. And all glued down. I really should have checked that I put the wires in right, but I'm pretty confident. And I think I broke the end key with my old controller when I took it apart, so I'm gonna figure that one out when I get to it. I'm hoping to just squeeze all these through here and run them accordingly. And keep this as low profile as possible. Not screwing anything up. I think that will work. Let's get this in here. Glue going. Hopefully I don't rip up these tracks. And there like that. I'm trying to stay in shot again, I'm sorry. Let's trim this strainer leaf off. A nice dime of glue there. This thing really glued up. Might be able to just put a zip tie through there. That'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. If I can get a damn zip tie here. Oh, Mom, I'll tell you what, tomorrow. It looks like you might be, with how the voting's going right now. For that rule change. It might be down to 1 month. Alright, that looks good. I probably should have done like an in and out kind of thing, but I'm actually changing my mind on that. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be hanging off like the old one. Where's the old one? Yeah, it's gonna be hanging off the side like this one. I don't know if I want to do that again. Yeah, let me do it that way. Make it more inline rather than just hanging out there in the breeze. So, this is gonna get a little complicated here for that. I don't think I had zip ties the last time. I think I did it like that just so everything's all nicely strain relieved. But I know better now from last time. I know what to do and what not to do. Try to get that in a point where it's not going to stick out too bad. And now that's gone. That flew the fuck way over there. In fact, I might just give me some glue. I'm gonna glue this down a little bit just to make sure it's not gonna fuck off on me. And then zip tie that thing in. I am not in a fucking shotgun. Everyone changed their vote to no. Mop won't be a cadet. Last I checked, it was like 11 to 2, so that was this morning. Alright, that part's done, and that looks beautiful. I'm not really happy about how these wires are hanging off like that, but they're all well strain relieved. Triple checking that shit. The other problem now is I won't be able to get this in the helping hands. The damn vice. Let's think about this here. So, brown and black, or brown and blue, both need to go to 5. So let's get brown and blue. Get a couple of, let's get these apart. Brown and blue, we go to 5. These guys need to come over and onto 5. I'm looking at that right. Yeah. I really should plug it in the computer and test, but I'll do that before I tape it all together. If not, I just create a lot of trouble for myself. Strip these back a little further than I did with the other time. And I'm thinking about using some heat shrink here, just to be safe. It's 8 to 2 now? That should hold it in. Tiny bit of heat shrink to keep this under control. Before I forget, I'm gonna put the fucking heat shrink on, like last time. These both are not stripped at the same length. Let's try to monkey this around a little bit. Worst case, I might have to run separate wires off the pads and then connect to them individually on a different port. Oh yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna actually run a wire from the pad out and then connect it. That way I'm not run the risk of ripping this pad off. I definitely don't want to rip the pad off. Let me try to get no more shit clean off these pads as well. Alright. That's looking a little bit better. I just don't want to put a whole bunch of wires on these pads and have the pads get ripped off. Because if the pads get ripped off, I'm pretty much screwed. I would have to solder right to the damn chip, and I don't feel like tracing where all these little wires go on the board. Might zoom down a little bit further in there. Okay. Let's get some scrap wire in here. And you. And you. Actually, before I go any further, let me clean this board off. Just to make sure it's nice and clean. Quick dry it off. Cool. Let's get this all soldered up. Can't reach that shit, man. Yeah. Turn it off. I am actually gonna attach to these wires first. Just get a tiny bit of solder on there to keep those together. Soldering iron is walking away from me. Which way do I want to go with this? Still trying to get used to holding a bunch of shit in my hands. on that. And there's attached to that wire. That was sloppy as fuck. That'll do. Let me do you guys one favor. Let me get way the fuck in there. That's as far as it zooms. Scoot that over a little bit. You can see what I'm doing. Kinda. Not really focused. Grab my heat shrink. I'm actually not going to use that yellow piece anymore. Actually, I might. Yeah. Get that shrunk down. Some hot air. Shrunk that shit down. Surprisingly, my lights are flickering when I'm doing this. That off, and then I'm going to solder that to that. Perfect. All right, so that was brown and blue on 5. 6 is just green by itself, so I'm actually gonna not run an individual wire for this guy. Probably just gonna solder him right to the board. That should work. Just a couple of these require like 2 on 1 pad, and gets a little crowded. Don't shock myself. What's up, Ghost? I am building a new controller. I'm adding buttons for Grand Theft Auto. The talk, menu button, hands up, and the gun animation to a new controller. I'm actually gonna give the old controller away once I fix it, because I actually broke it while demonstrating what was inside of it. So basically I got the buttons all in the controller already. I'm just hooking those buttons up to a keyboard. And this is actually a controller for a keyboard. Like what all these little things go to. This would usually sit here on the board. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, soldering the buttons now onto the board. I'm gonna turn this. This is very finicky. I'm trying to stay in shot and not bump the damn microphone. And my old controller actually can't close all the way because of a wiring issue. Or a button location issue, actually, is how to describe that one. How I did that there. Make sure that's flat on the board without burning my damn finger. If anything, I'm more at risk of burning myself than actually zapping myself. That looks like it's gonna be fine. Who's on 7? Orange. Orange is on 7. Again, it's just a guy by himself, so I'm just gonna wire him directly to the board. Come Come on, there you go. Jesus. And for protection, I'm actually just gonna solder over these guys. Just to make sure nothing pokes through. And I might as well hit this too. I'll try not to bend these pads. Too bad. And all twisted up. This one's gonna be a little bit sloppy, but see how it goes. That's the fun part about electronics. Sometimes shit doesn't go the way you want it, and it ends up working anyway. Working out in your favor, at least. Well, I'm gonna try to line this guy up without touching the other guys. We'll get him on that center of the pad there. Alright, don't go anywhere. Fuck you. Back on that pad. Stay there. Close enough. Just got a little guy hanging out there. Alright, 18. 18 is green. And again, I'm just gonna solder green right onto this baby. I got a bunch of hot melt in my solder, right? Look at trim. Try to line this up. Thankfully it doesn't have too many neighbors, so I don't have to worry about that. Getting sloppy on there. Perfect. 24. It's blue. Here. Glue over those. There's actually a set over here I got glue over. I'm starting to think I really should have taken those LEDs out. Trim this guy down. And this guy does have a neighbor, so I gotta be careful. Close enough. Orange and brown, both on 25. Again, I'm just gonna trim these guys, put them even. Myself a lot of slack on those. sorry if the damn stand here is hitting the microphone. Is out of my control. What's going on? Was it Nam Zoltolf? Can't really see, I don't have my glasses on. Let's call you Nam. What's going on, Nam? Just doing a little soldering project here. And heat shrink before I fucking forget. I don't know where the other piece of that yellow go. Oh well. It's gone! It's gone! Wait, I see it. Noms? Like Vietnams? This is gonna be tight. Actually, I don't have to worry about putting that on right now. Just gonna slip it over the donator wire. Let me get these soldered together. Right on, right on. You're gonna go pretty much like that. I'm trying to figure out a way how to show this off to you guys, like it actually working, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to do that. Alright, let's get you 10. Let's get you 10. Cut off the extra. Let's get you going the rest of the way. Yeah. There we go. I'll get a little more solder on here. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that's nice. Heat shrink over that. Nice and heat shrinked. You have no idea what I'm doing? I am soldering. A 2-camera setup? Maybe. I don't know what the other camera would be on. My face? I mean, I could bring the laptop down, but it's gonna shake the fuck out of the camera. You might just have to trust me that it's working. I am soldering noms. I added a couple of buttons to my controller, and I am soldering them into a keyboard. Let's just put it that way. Simple as possible. Yeah, again, that looks good. That was a real test. Plug it into my laptop here. I got a bunch of shit written down here. Oh boy. Oh, it's sending T. I wish I was an electrical engineer. Why is that sending T? F3. That's not sending anything. Oh, don't tell me they changed the design on it. Well, son of a bitch, it's not working. Let's take the other one apart. I would have assumed, since it's the same fucking keyboard, it would have the same fucking pin layout. Yeah. Oh no. I did it upside down. I did it upside down. Oh, fuck. Well, fuck me. Yeah, rip indeed. It's supposed to go this way. Not this way. Oh. Wait, are you serious? Let me sanity check the shit out of this. Yeah. I did it upside down. Oh, motherfucker. Yeah, that's right, because when it's sitting on the damn thing, it sits like this. And it doesn't sit like this. God. Oh, well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then there's 25 and 24. Those are the ones I need to scrape off. Motherfucker. Oh, that's the thing about electronics, man. You think you're done. You're fucking not. Not until you fucking power it on. Yeah, I can fix it. I just gotta... I gotta undo everything. Hopefully I left enough cable length to redo it with all these other cables. All these ones I've soldered down already. So let me get all these old ones off. That one is fucking hot melt glued in. Fucking lovely. Oh man. Let me see if I can't soften this shit up. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Just when I thought it was none. I mean, if it didn't work, and if I wasn't honest, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's totally fucking working. I'm gonna end the stream and fix it. I mean, it's not like I fucked up the inside of the controller, which I actually should have tested all the buttons working properly, but... I didn't break it, I did it upside down. Like, I thought this was number 1, and then this was number 26. Well, actually, this is 26. And this is... No. Yeah, this is 1, and that's 26. So I had it backwards. I wired it backwards. Or upside down, however you want to put it. Oh, man. I almost sliced the fuck out of my finger. Let me get a new blade out here. So much for a 2-hour job? Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been that bad. Then it wouldn't have been that bad if I, simply remembered that it's wired upside down, and I have to wire things accordingly. And this is also what happened when I was working on Platty's project. Is I did something wrong. I actually had to reprogram some of the circuit. I had to reprogram one of the chips to basically handle my giant error that I did with it. Guess what? What? Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks for reminding me. I am not gonna be able to reach chat here for a second. Let's scrape this off. Oh yeah, nice clean blade. Nice fresh blade. At least me wiring it backward doesn't like break anything. It's not like it like destroys the chip or anything. It was just sending the wrong keys. It was sending TF3 and nothing. The blade's already starting to get dull. I can tell you, honestly, if I wasn't streaming it, I probably would have been done by now. I'm trying to, you know, really walk through and show what I'm doing here. Alright. Get glasses back on so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, it's either wing it or... I mean, I didn't think I was wiring it upside down. It's been since a long time since I did the original one that I honestly just did not remember. I didn't clean these that well. Let's take this out at least. I can tell you what, I didn't test the buttons before. I didn't test to make sure that the buttons were wired, like actually soldered well before putting the controller back together. I just had that much faith in what I did there, but it's a good thing I didn't go taping this thing up being like, oh yeah, I'm totally done with this thing, it's perfect. And like, you know, sealing it. Am I still in shot? My head not in the way? Alright. Let's probably move over here a little bit. Alright. So, 5, which is over here now. It's this one. Clean that up a little bit. So now this is all fucking kooky and crazy. Alright, 5 is blue and brown, which is this guy. It does not want to go down. Go down. Get on the damn pad. Alright. This thing's fucking off on me. So 5, 6 is green. Let's bring this green over. Since it was over here already. And no longer upside down. Tiny bit of solder on there. And beautiful. I think it's something other than beautiful. Righteous. 7's getting orange. Which I'm gonna have to pull orange from over there over here. And blue can go over that way. I'm actually gonna bring orange up and over this way. And probably through there. Let's make it a little bit nicer. Yeah, I'm pretty much blaming this on you anyway, Balls. It's your fault for distracting me. I mean, aren't you supposed to be double checking my work anyway? Just like I double check your programming. A tiny bit more solder on that. And let me actually tilt this up this way. You can actually see it over my finger. It's not code, it's automotive stuff. I'm saying I'm always double checking your codes. Or rather that, huh? So what's next? 25 or 24 is blue. So do this in the way where I can see it and you guys can see it. Wait. I forgot about 18. 18. That's 4, 3, 2, 1, 19, 18. I'll mark her out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18 is actually right there, really? So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 19. Okay, 18. 18's right here. How about 18? Get in there and clean that guy up. Also, there's no way I went from 4 connections down to 5. Or 6 connections down to 5. To really clean that pad off. That was good. Green is on 18. I mean, I was thinking in the future maybe having some kind of terminal block so you can just put these wires into a terminal and, you know, whatever button you decide you want that day to have in that certain spot. Say you want your bottom left button to be Q, and set to Q. Just putting these wires into different terminals, but I don't feel like buying a bunch of terminals. 24 is blue. Get him into place. And he looks good. And last but not least, orange and brown. You go together over here on 25. All right. Now that it's not upside down, let's fucking test it. Camera's gonna go all shaky while I figure out where the damn USB port is. There we go. X, Z, N. Grave key, I worded it right. Look at that. Oh. It's done. I just have to tape it up. This quartz crystal has to go over here. With him in there. I gotta figure out a way to nicely put these cables down. I should probably actually glue this shit so it ain't gonna go anywhere. Just to protect it. All right. Probably bend this guy down and then back up. There we go. That's it. That's it, done. Now for my favorite friend, electrical tape. I do have a little project box I might be able to put this into, but it's not like I'm giving away. This is the only thing, though. If I start making these, I gotta figure out something to put this in, rather than putting electrical tape around it. Put my good cutters away. Like I said, the only risk I run is burning myself. That's the only risk I run with soldering. So, the other controller is kind of broken. I can tell you that, Balls, since you were gone. I broke the other controller. The N key is now permanently pressed down. So I have to figure out what the fuck I did to that. Electrical tape, my little touch. There we go. I did break it. Let me actually... I started cleaning it with a bunch of rubbing alcohol, and I think I put way too much rubbing alcohol into the old one. And fucked it up. So let's give it another shot. See what happens. Oh, no, it's working. N, X, 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 X. Z. Grave key. Yeah, it's working. I think I just had too much rubbing alcohol into it. May just need a new button. Well, I can screw this one back down because I loosened the fuck off of it. Thinking that something was too tight. But this one is ready to go. Yeah, I think I just used too much rubbing alcohol into it. So Balls, bipolar. Who wants it? Who wants version 1? As version 2, actually, I am very happy with version 2. You use X-Platter? I mean, I would use X-Platter, I like having my buttons, you know, not signed to other shit. Now, let me zoom back out so you can see the mess that this project created. I'll give you guys seasickness. I mean, I just have to, you know, nicely get these wires crossed each other, crossed around each other. No, an engineer never cleans his workspace. I think I actually, by coincidence, made these wires the exact same length, unlike last time. Oh no, I think the one's a little shorter. Find out here in a second. What's the difference between an engineer and a mechanic? I don't know. I guess you can something bad about the engineer now. Oh, it's so close. Man, look at that. That was close. Compared to the other one, which had a lot of extra slop. That is almost perfect. Alright guys, well I think I'm gonna go break this sucker in and get on some GTA. Thanks for hanging out with me while I wire shit upside down. So Balls, what is it? What is the difference between an engineer and a mechanic? Stream GTA. Stream? Stream GTA? I might. I just might. Because my new character is, I mean, my new character is going to be doing boring work anyway. The type of drills they use between a mechanic and an engineer. I don't think I get your joke. I mean, what? Can you clarify that a little bit? I don't get your joke at all. Well, I guess. I mean, in a sense, you guys might even use air-powered tools, while engineers will use electric tools. You can think about it that way, too. Well, tomato, tomato. Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll be live probably, and give me about 20 minutes. I need to eat dinner. It's almost 9 o'clock and I didn't eat. Thanks for sticking around. Catch you guys later.